And now let's get into the Andre 3000 verse, man, because I'm impatient and I can't wait. And we're just going to dive straight into it before we even get into the album. So yeah, we're just going to break down the meaning a little bit and the rhyme scheme and just dope parts of the song.
Communication coming in. Too much that I can't communicate with all of them.
Yeah, so the first line, he's talking about communication coming in. Yeah, so that first line can definitely be like about Andre 3000 because he's famous and, you know, so many people are reaching out to him just to get him to play some music, you know, get on their music. But, you know, just because of how reclusive he is and away from the limelight, I'm sure he definitely feels like that. But also, you know, I feel like that bar a lot of us can relate to, especially in this crazy age of communication. Everybody can get a hold of you at any time, and it definitely, I feel like, especially for me, a lot of times it feels like a lot of communication is coming in and there's too much communication that you can't even communicate with all of that. Man, Andre's a goat from the first line, dog.
You're communicating a little too much.
I do wish I had scientists or engineer friends. Let's go. Get out of here. Petrol is cheaper than it's ever been.
Yeah, so he says, let's get out of here because petrol is cheaper than it's ever been. So I think by that bar, I'm not really sure exactly what he means. I think maybe when he wrote it, gas was very cheap, you know. And it talks about let's just get out of here. It's got that feeling of just wanting to escape, and I think that's the main thing, is just that like feeling of wanting to escape, and not just physically, like he says petrol in a car and you go and you escape, but also just like petrol can mean gas, you know, like weed, so like mentally escaping, because, you know, he definitely talks about that sometimes.
Who's to say when art will end? All I know is when the portrait painted, better have your portion of the rent.
Yeah, and I just thought that bar is just so dope, you know. When the portrait's painted, better have your portion of the rent. It's like the alliteration. Is that what it's called with the first letter? Yeah. Alliteration?
You're asking the wrong person. I failed English.
Dog, I'm not even from here. But yeah, I just thought it was a really dope bar. Just the portrait's painted, better have your portion of the rent. And I just think it's super dope.
Rated, overrated, hope I'm 80 when I get my second win.
Yeah, and I just really like that bar because, you know, just talks about how he wants to grow old, and it's just, you know, something that we all wish that, you know, that we catch our second prime when we get old, and it's beautiful.
Small potatoes, all I ate before potato chips would cut my corner lips.
And I just thought the rhyme scheme it's just such a dope bar, you know. It's just the concept is dope, you know. Small potato chips used to cut my corner like.
How much do you have to pay for this 150,000 first?
I don't know, a lot. You gotta be a really close friend and a dope artist. You gotta pretty much work your whole life to be an incredibly dope artist who's also a really close friend of one of the dopest artists, and then maybe you'll get a verse.
Operator, I would pray that you connect me to a sip of sangria, Zambia, camera, cameo, hand me a handful of hips.
Yeah, and I thought that was dope. Operator, I would pray that you connect me to a sip of sangria, Zambia, camera, cameo, hand me a handful of hips.
A stamina, stampede of happily happenings, dabbling into a bliff. Neon, beyond the ambience, be honest, you promise that you will live.
I thought that rhyme scheme was dope too. A stamina, stampede of happily endings, dabbling into oblivion. Because you know, the rhyme before is like camera, hand me a handful of hips. So the end rhyme is like hips. A stamina stampede of happily happenings, dabbling into a bliff. Neon, beyond the ambiance, beyond honest. Of like, come on, dog.
Wanna hit a split? Hookers don't really do shit.
So as you can see, man, I really like this verse. I'm over here getting giddy like a little schoolgirl, you know, like a little kid on Christmas as I feel. But, you know, it's Andre 3000, so definitely a big accomplishment, you know, for Killer Mike to earn that respect and have such dope art that, you know, so many people are messing with it. Yeah, here in this clip, he talks a little bit about how he got that amazing verse from Andre 3000.
Andre 3000.
Yeah, Stacks and Future jumped on a record.
Talk to us about that. Like,
I'm Dungeon Family. We're Dungeon Family. I'd always wanted Dre on something. I'd sent him stuff over the years. He'd be like, Kill, that's hard, man. That's hard, but I just don't feel like rapping right now, Kill. It's just like, God damn, Dre, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just done lost my thing for it, Kill, you know. But you know, And he said, I came out here, I flew, no ID executive produced the project, and I learned so much working with him. It was like playing under a player's coach. You know, it truly was, Ty. And Dion says to me, he says, I got to show you how to use pros. And I'm like, you talking about a problem? I got the hottest mixtape in Atlanta. No, we gonna make this an album. So he says, I asked him, I said, can Dre come in and hear it with us? He said, yeah. Dre comes in, hears it. And this time I'm like, I'm not asking Dre. I can't take another no. You know what I'm saying? And Dre comes back. He said, Kill, I want to leave you something. I said, what? He left a bunch of records. He said, you know, pick what you like. I said, that I like for you. He said, no, for you, for your. I said, you're gonna get on my project. You know, I turned into like a girl. You're gonna get on my project.
What did he left you like beats? What was it, beats?
Beats and verses, just different ideas here. As an artist, you never stop creating. You always have ideas. But he sent 2 scientists and engineers, and he sent another that he ended up taking back. And then we did another record that's gonna drop in the future. But scientists and engineers, he dropped it, and I'm just like, oh, okay. It's some Dre 3000. Okay, I'm gonna have to rap this beat. Okay. My cuz like you looked at me and said, I don't give a what it sound like, cuz we doing this record.
Yeah, anyways, yeah, so really dope. Really excited to hear that Andre 3000 has a bunch of records that he's working on and hopefully drop in some future music. So that's really exciting. So he actually has another dope song that is already finished with Andre 3000 that Charlemagne the God is describing here.
Hip hop records, just musical records I've ever heard in my life.
Hey man,
and I'm talking about it's. I can't even describe it. It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
I can't even describe what y'all doing on this record.
And it's like 11 minutes long.
I thought it was 16.
What's crazy is that's the record he sent me after he took the other one. He was like, well, let's just try this. He sent it and we went. So there is another Killer Mike and Dre feature.
My God.
And all we got to do is make this album go #1 and make the guys over there from the label really, really happy. And I'll be right back next year.
No, this song should be a mini movie.
I agree.
It's 16 minutes long, right? Am I tripping?
It was 11.
It's
about
11
minutes
So
long.
you rap for 5, Dre rap for 5.
Yeah, it's back to about 12 minutes. It's 7 and 5.
7 and 5,
Yep.
okay.
Wow.
Who rap? Dre rap longer though.
Stacks rap longer. He always rap longer.
Man.
When you handsome, all the girls like you get to rap longer.
And it's a lady record.
Yeah, it's a record that women gonna like. And players, like if you're a player, you gonna love it too.
Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, like one of them ones.
But you know,
where
one of
you
my favorite records ever is International Player Anthem. I love that record. That record gets.
So yeah, guys, you heard it. There is like a 16-minute song with Andre 3000 and Killer Mike out there. All we gotta do is make this album go #1. So you better make this album go #1.